Now, if you've been following the workouts, you'll notice in the notes, I will often say, brace your core. But what does bracing your core even mean, and how do you do it effectively? So our core is not just the six-pack muscles, it's actually pretty much everything that isn't your arms, legs, or head. It's everything that supports the rest of your body. And this is why I always say brace your core, because it's so important for all of the movements that you're doing in the gym to make sure you've got a really nice, strong, stable base, but also to help prevent injury. So how do you brace your core? Traditionally, people would think it was sucking your tummy in as much as you possibly could, and this is bracing your core. Whew. That's not it, because look what happened. You can't breathe. And breathing is really, really important. So actually bracing your core is more about using your breath to help create a really nice rigid base. A lot of people, you might have seen this online, will talk about thinking about your core as a can of Coke. When the can of Coke is full, you can't bend it and break it. But when you've drunk some of that Coke, or when the can's empty, you can squish it because there's nothing in there. So we want to kind of think about your core as that can of Coke, and we want to fill it to make it really nice and sturdy. So we're actually going to use your breath for that. So we want to be able to take in a deep breath right down to our stomach. Feel that stomach engage. And we want to be able to hold that whilst also still maintaining the ability to breathe as well. So bringing the breath into your stomach to create that rigidity, but then being able to hold that and separating that from your ability to breathe as well. A really nice way of thinking about it is, imagine I am about to kick you in the tummy. You would brace for impact subconsciously without thinking about it. So imagine now that I'm about to kick you in the tummy, what would you do naturally to create some tension to stop that really, really hurting? That is bracing your core, creating that tension so that I'm not going to hurt your organs, essentially. So the way I like to cue it, I like to think about where is my lower rib and where are my hips. So this space between the two exists. I want to shut that space down. So I want to take my breath in, and then I want to shut the space down between my low rib and my hip. So that requires me tucking my tummy, tucking my butt under. Not loads, so I create an arch in my spine, but just bringing my pelvis under and shutting my ribs down, and that creates a really nice solid space. If you tried to punch me, I'm not going anywhere. If you tried to move me, I'm not going anywhere. So relaxed versus braced. You can see and feel the difference. So try it. Put your fingers on your hips and your low ribs, open out, and then shut that space down. Feel that rigidity, and try holding that while you breathe on top of that and even speak. And from there, we're in a great position to do all of our main movements. Okay, so that is how you brace your core.